So think about Afro-Frontier in the context of Wakanda.
What are you recording it to?
It's talking about the backstory of the idea of the Black Utopia, Afro-Utopia. Melissa?
Will you let everybody know that if they would please sign up, well, I'll just say it because I'm right here. If you could please sign up for our newsletter, we are going to be looking for public support because we are going to need to go to legislature at some point to demand access for Blackton descendants for their land. So that is still in the works. We're working with descendants that are doing, they're stirring up Roswell. They're kind of imploding over there a little bit because they know that descendants are coming and they're actually doing title searches. Because at times, I know with my family just here in northern New Mexico, sometimes death certificates are filed, right? And then they've been gone for 3 generations, so they didn't understand what was really going on, but they were paying their taxes, and what they're finding is they've got to go back and do the research. And they've just learned that their land is being grazed on by all these dairy farmers and these ranchers, correct?
Yep.
And because their land isn't fenced, they've been, building their lives for 3 generations in other states. They're now going, wait, what? New Mexico state law says if our land isn't fenced, they can graze and never pay us? And I said, yeah. They're like, oh. So when an 80-year-old woman from Georgia calls Dr. Nelson and says, I need your help because I'm afraid my cousins and the younger generation do not understand the legacy of our history. I need you to help me convince my family that this is important. And they were the largest land-owning family, and they are still the largest land-owning family. So please sign up for our newsletter because at some point we're going to have to be working for grants to help get their land fenced and start working towards obtaining lawyers so they can figure out how to get the royalties on their on these things that are being extracted from their land. And with that said, we would also like to figure out how to make amends for stewardship for the land towards recognizing that it was Apache land. So it's a full circle kind of thing. Dr. Nelson's work has been canceled out, quite frankly, because he's bringing to light matters that Mexico really doesn't want to talk about. And I've got Black folks on both sides of my family. And when I heard this history, I was a little pissed that I didn't know. And it also made me go, oh, that explains a lot. It explains a lot. So anyway, I don't know.
So yes, the
Please
story
sign up for our
continues
newsletter is the
on.
point. Please sign up for our newsletter.
Sign
Thank
up for our
you.
newsletter if you want to hear more about it because it's happening daily.
We're going to need public support. That's the point.
That, yes, because right now it's just us two.
How do we sign up for your newsletter? Is it in the book?
On the website, but is it in the book? I don't think so. It might be. But again, so I had you Google Afro Frontier. It's also afrofrontier.com. And if you're on the blockchain,
It's also blackdomthesis.com.
It's also blackdomthesis.com. But we make sure that you can get to us.
It's also the blackdommovie.com.
Blackdom Clothing.
It's also blackdomclothing.com.
In other words, Google Afro Frontier, you know what I mean? Because this story is developing, and eventually it will be on a screen besides the one in your pocket. So.
And you go to all the way to the
you can tell
bottom of the
everybody-
site to submit your name and email address.
And you can tell everybody, I knew that before you did. You know. Oh yeah, and the book is better than the movie. You know how that